Hi.
Hi, everybody. This is Kevin Hogan, Content Director for Tech and Learning Magazine and techlearning.com. I'd like to welcome you to one of our latest and greatest session sneak peeks. As part of our ongoing coverage for ISTE 2016, we're reaching out to a number of our advisors to see what they're going to be doing at ISTE, and specifically if they're giving a session or a workshop, what exactly they're going to be talking about. And with us today is Hal Davidson. Hal, how are you?
Good, I'm just fine.
Great, great. Hal, you have worked with the magazine for a number of years, dare I say, even back to last century. And we've had a number of, you've spoken at our events and you've blogged for us, and we always appreciate all of your advice and insights. Tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to this year at ISTE.
Well, first let me say, Kevin, it's great to talk to you, and the little hub that Tech and Learning has put together is really neat. It's really cool. And it's a good way to kind of figure out what you're going to do at ISTE. It's always been a great publication, and this online presence really is nifty. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff at ISTE. I'm on the board, so I've got to go about a week early and do a lot of board stuff. If anybody's interested in joining the board, let me know. Then I'll do 3 presentations, really, in addition to some other stuff. I'm going to do sort of a mini Ignite session and some other fun things in addition to some board duties. But I'm doing a couple of sessions. Well, really, there's 3. The first is one on the new 3 Rs, which includes VR. VR is sort of the hot one right now, but VR, AR, and QR. QR is kind of a great introduction. So this is really going to be a nuts and bolts thing. There's a lot of great sessions already at ISTE on VR and AR, and probably a lot of schools talking about QR, but this is sort of an intro level thing. I've found, even at ISTE and even at technology conferences, there are a lot of people who have never done a QR code, who don't even really know what they are, much less AR and VR. So QR is a great intro to it. So we'll make a VR, which will be very quick. We'll do that fast. Then we'll build an AR, and then we'll end up with a VR. VR is very hot stuff, and I think most of this session, at least a dominant part of it, will probably be virtual reality. So I'm bringing a bunch of these things, which I was looking at before, these little headsets, and this is one that uses the Q affiliates. And so I've done a lot of these sessions on this stuff, and it's really fun. Discovery Education has shot 360 VRs in a classroom, and I was there for that, and be sharing some of those things. The power of VR for classroom evaluation, self-evaluation, right. For promotion of material, for field trips, for looking around the school, for even the history of your own classroom. You can have a VR of the people that were there before. There's a lot of very cool stuff. But at the same time, AR is great. We did an AR event in Texas, the world's largest AR event, where students augmented a book. And from all over Texas, they picked an illustration and then they augmented it. And that book has now got a whole new level it didn't have. And QR codes, I was in a school yesterday and saw a lot of their QR codes. It was, where was I? Anyway, it was great. And they had evaluations and stuff. There was a conference at a school. So in addition to the student work that you saw, they also had great conference evaluations and programs, all with just a QR code slapped on the wall. It was very cool.
That's one of the fun things we found with the magazine is we've talked about the potential with this technology for so many years, and now we're at a point where you can actually use the stuff, right? I mean, that's kind of a big evolutionary change when it comes to the virtual realities and augmented realities.
Yeah, and I was at Fort Bend is where I saw that great stuff going on. A lot of other material, but they had, you can have triggers to go to a video. If a student feels sad, you can say sad, and a student can, with a phone, trigger it and see maybe a video that addresses their need. They don't have to share with anybody, but there's a video that says who to talk to. There's a lot of things you can do, and we're going to talk about that. Also, the fact that, well, what if I'm in an area where we don't have phones? A lot of our kids don't have a lot of cell phones, although those are increasingly fewer. But you can take a phone. I always bring a phone with me that I got out of my own garage. I think it was my daughter's old cell phone, and it doesn't have a plan anymore, but it still has a camera, still has a microphone, still has a connectability to the internet. So you can get a bunch of donated cell phones connect them to the internet and do QR codes all day, or AR or VR. So it's a very accessible technology, and I like to call it the new 3 R's for education.
That's fantastic. So that will be on Monday afternoon at 2:30, right? And then you have another session on Tuesday?
Then on Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday's going to be a lot of fun. It's called, somewhat oddly, the Magic Mobile Tablet Learning Strategy. The editor somehow changed the title after it had been accepted, but it's really like a scavenger hunt that teaches you how to use apps. So we come in, I've done it at FETC and some other places. It's really a huge amount of fun. You tell people the apps they need, and they'll need an AR app, a VR app, they'll need Google Translate, they'll need Shazam, they'll need some other stuff. And the session, I'll tell you how the session starts, is I put up a picture of 3 bridges and play a song. And people sit and they look, and they don't really know what they're supposed to do because there's no presenter leading them through it. Eventually, they're in teams. Eventually, somebody realizes maybe it's one of those apps. It's Shazam. Maybe it's one of those apps. So they open it up, and sure enough, there is a clue in the what's playing, the music that's playing, into where you go next. So getting that, they go there, and so suddenly people get it. You see them light up, and then they're all over here, and everybody else is going, "What are they doing? What are they doing?" But once you go there, the picture will trigger a QR, which triggers an AR. You go over, and there's some translation you have to do. We use, I'm going to bring some microscopes that people can hook up to their mobile phones and do that. There's some AR stuff. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. So people are moving around, and exploring all the powers in their mobile phone. And the idea is to get teachers kind of fired up about it, so they understand the power of these mobile devices, and also you can build them for your own school too. And a lot of teachers have done that and told me about it, which is the best thing. That's what I really like to see. So that's on what did I say, on Tuesday? Yeah, on Tuesday. It's called Mission Magic Mobile or Tablet Learning Strategy. Anyway, that's what it is. The description's better than that. And then the third one. You want to hear the third one, Kevin?
Yeah, let's hear it.
You sure? You're not doing anything? Okay. The third one is a presentation, a version of a presentation I've done a lot with a superintendent in Napa County, and Dr. Barbara Nemko, and she's done this really powerful program with preschool and using tablets to create learning. And so we're basically talking about the digital transformation and what it really means. I think the title is, I'm really co-presenting with Dr. Nemko, is No More Worksheets, Engaging the Community Using Family-Friendly Digital Tools. So they reach out to the community, and one thing the data is now increasingly showing that if you want to raise student achievement, one of the secret weapons is to reach out to the community, and particularly the parents. So it's one of the things they really did well in Napa. They had parent workshops, and as soon as you get parents engaged, then they start to use the devices that kids bring home. Particularly second language learners learn how to use a device that will teach them English in a fundamental vocabulary way, in a way that the students will need at school. So the students and the parents learn together that vocabulary, which again bridges that divide, the vocabulary divide that many times second language learners will have when they get to school, even preschool. By first grade, they can be very far behind. By third grade, gosh. So this is a great way to do that. But community is also really important for secondary. If you want to do college and career ready, you better tell your parents what that really means. There are parents who think you enroll. I've been in a class where we did this. Where teachers think that you enroll in college, a state college, like you do for high school. Mm-hmm. Show up the first day. Where do I register? It's like, no. It's a little different than that. So you've really got to pull people in, and then the parents that care do come. Anyway, that's what that's all about. So it's really going to be a lot of fun, I think.
So you're really going from the nitty gritty of DIY and hacking your own tools of technology all the way up to the big picture, where it sounds like you're touching a little bit on digital citizenship as well as digital equity issues there. Yeah,
and that's going to be a lot of fun to do that, and hopefully we'll get people to come. There's a lot of offerings at ISTE, but these should be fun, I think.
Great.
And if you're looking for nuts and bolts of the 3 R's, definitely come. And certainly the no handout ones is a fun one, and the mobile learning strategy is just a hoot. Yeah, everybody kind of leaves energized and woken up, because they're strategies that do everything from dancing to microscopy.
Well, great. Well, Hall, thanks very much. I hope you schedule some time to sleep in between between your board duties and these sessions.
I found sleeping is very overrated at ISTE. What I'm hoping to do is actually go to some sessions. If you're not careful and if you present a lot, you can go to ISTE and never see a session. And of course, the sessions there are really fantastic. So it'll be there. Are you going to be there too, Kevin?
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on. So hopefully we'll schedule some time between our naps and sessions and catch up.
Well, I hope to see you. I will listen for the bells.
All right. Thanks again, Hall.
You're very welcome. Thank you.